The night the millionaire died, Long Island felt unnaturally still, as if the ocean itself was holding its breath. A mansion that once glowed with wealth and laughter now stood in a silence so heavy it pressed against every windowpane. Inside, in a house filled with chandeliers, marble floors, and portraits meant to impress the world, a man lay bleeding alone. And nothing about this scene made sense, because men like him weren't supposed to die in the dark. They were supposed to be untouchable. His name was Charles Boma a real estate tycoon whose empire stretched across the East Coast. A man who owned too much, loved too hard, and trusted the wrong people. To the outside world, Charles lived a perfect life, the type newspapers photographed and neighbors admired. But behind the long driveway and iron gates was a world built on secrets only those closest to him knew. And one of them wanted him gone. Hours before the murder, Charles had been on his balcony overlooking the water. The wind pushed against his shirt, the waves crashing below like distant warning drums. His phone buzzed repeatedly, unknown numbers, missed calls, messages he ignored. He sensed something was coming. He just didn't know it would come from inside his own home. Wealth brings enemies, but it also attracts something even more dangerous. Pretenders. People who smile at you while sharpening the knife behind your back. Charles learned that too late. Earlier that week, he confided in a close friend that he felt watched. He noticed unfamiliar cars parked near his property, footsteps in the hallway at night, and documents missing from his home office. But the part that haunted him most was the feeling that someone close, very close, had turned cold. A shift in tone, a distant stare, a sudden interest in his will. He tried to brush it off. He shouldn't have. At 1:14 a.m., a piercing alarm shattered the quiet of the mansion. Motion detected in the east wing. Charles jolted awake and rushed toward the noise barefoot, heart pounding, hands trembling. He grabbed a flashlight, its beam cutting through the hallway like a razor of white. His home security system had never failed him. Until tonight, the east wing door was half open, the lock broken from the inside. A storm of unease swirled inside him. Someone had been here recently. He moved deeper into the hallway, the wooden floor cold beneath his feet. And then he noticed it. A shoe print. Foot leading toward his private study. He felt his stomach twist. That room held everything. His financial records, personal letters, confidential files, and one document he never told anyone about, the one that could ruin a life. The study door creaked as he pushed it open. The smell hit him first, metallic, sharp. His flashlight trembled in his hand, scattering light across the shelves. Then the beam caught something on the carpet, rather too much of it, and in the center of the room, a safe wide open, papers scattered like fallen feathers. Charles didn't even get the chance to run. A shadow moved behind him, vast, confident, not a burglar, not a stranger, someone who knew this house better than anyone. A sudden blast of pain shot through his chest, then another. He fell to his knees, gripping the edge of his desk, gasping as the polished wood smeared with blood. The last thing he saw was the silhouette of someone he once trusted walking away without looking back. By sunrise, emergency responders flooded the property. Red and blue lights flashed across the mansion's stone walls, illuminating the horror inside. Detective Alina Marquez known for her precision and ice-cold focus, studied the scene. The room told a story, a violent one, but not the story of a random attack. No force security cameras disabled, but only in select areas, and the safe opened by someone who knew the combination. This wasn't a robbery, this was personal. As Charles's body was taken out on a stretcher, whispers began spreading through the neighborhood. Who would dare kill a man with everything? But Alina didn't need rumors. She needed the truth, and the truth always hides closest to home. The first red flag surfaced within minutes. Charles's wife, glamorous, composed, and suspiciously calm, claimed she had slept through the entire attack, despite the blaring alarm. His business partner arrived at the mansion before police even called him, claiming he was concerned. And a young assistant, pale and shaking, kept asking if the investigators had found a particular file. A file he refused to describe. Everyone had a secret. Everyone had a motive. Everyone wanted something from Charles. As Alina walked through the mansion, she felt the weight of an invisible presence, the sense that the killer had planned this night for a long time. This wasn't a moment of rage. This was a betrayal crafted with care. A betrayal rooted in money, jealousy, and deep, tangled lies. She leaned down, studying the single shoe print near the study door. Perfectly placed. Clear. Deliberate. As if left behind on purpose. But why would a killer who covered everything else leave this? Unless it wasn't carelessness. It was a message. When Alina lifted her head, she noticed something unusual. A framed photograph on the wall, slightly crooked. She adjusted it out of habit, and behind the frame taped carefully was a tiny folded piece of paper. One sentence, one clue that shattered the entire direction of the investigation. But the viewer won't see what was written just yet, because that discovery, it changes everything. note trembled between Detective Elena Marquez's fingers. It was small, too small for something hidden so intentionally. But as she opened it, the words cut through her like a blade. Asterisk, asterisk, he knew. And now you know too. Asterisk, asterisk, no signature, no initials. Just the kind of message a killer leaves when the truth is more dangerous than the crime itself. Elena felt the air in the study shift, as if the mansion itself exhaled. Someone had wanted her to find that note. Someone confident enough to taunt a lead detective on a millionaire's murder scene. This was no ordinary investigation. This was a challenge. And killers who challenge detectives are the ones who believe they're smarter. Those are the most dangerous kind. Outside, the mansion lawn buzzed with tension. Officers, forensics, reporters gathering at the gates like hungry wolves. But Elena stayed inside the study, staring at the blood-soaked carpet and the open safe. The crime scene screamed one thing. Asterisk, asterisk, this wasn't the killer's first time inside this room. Asterisk, asterisk, only someone with deep access could silence cameras, bypass alarms, open a safe, slip through the night, and vanish. But if this was planned perfectly, why leave the shoe print? Why leave the note? Why leave Charles breathing long enough for help to arrive, only to die in the ambulance? The killer wanted time. Time for someone else to react. Someone tied to this room, to this safe, to this family. This wasn't a cover-up. It was a setup. Elena studied the wife first. Vivienne Beaumont, elegant, composed, and freshly dressed as if hosting guests instead of standing in her blood-stained mansion. She answered questions with precision, not emotion. Her eyes didn't linger on the stretcher when her husband's body rolled past. She didn't ask what happened. She only asked what the police knew. A woman grieving her husband looks for answers. A woman protecting a secret looks for information. Vivienne looked for information. And her alibi? She claimed she was asleep, but a neighbor reported seeing her car headlights flick on around 12:45 a.m., half an hour before the attack. Probably the house lights reflecting, Vivienne said with a smile that didn't touch her eyes. Elena filed that away. Next came the business partner, Andrew Carlisle, a man with a handshake too firm and a smile too wide. He claimed Charles called him earlier that night, sounding panicked. He arrived before the police because he just had a feeling. Elena didn't believe in coincidences, especially not the kind that arrive early to murder scenes of millionaires whose wills have recently been updated. And updated how? Charles had removed someone from his inheritance just 2 days earlier. The lawyer confirmed it, but the documents that stated asterisk asterisk who asterisk asterisk he removed. They were missing from the safe, stolen, along with one other item no one had expected. A USB drive, unmarked, highly encrypted, and now gone. Then there was the assistant, young, anxious, avoiding eye contact as if gills clung to his skin. He kept asking about a file. The blue folder, he said, insisting Charles needed it urgently before his death. A personal file, one he claimed he wasn't allowed to read. But Elena noticed the tremor in his voice. The way he scanned each officer's face, terrified the truth would surface. She knew that look. It wasn't guilt. It was fear. Someone had threatened him. Someone close. The deeper Elena dug, the stranger the pieces became. The alarm only triggered in the hallway, but not in the study. The cameras in the East Wing were cut hours before the attack, and the wounds on Charles weren't from panic. They were methodical, precise. A killer who attacked from behind, struck twice in the chest, and left him just long enough to die slowly. Someone wanted Charles to feel it. This wasn't a random act. It was personal. By late evening, forensic results arrived. The shoe print belonged to an expensive designer brand, a brand that only 2 people in the house owned. Vivienne and Andrew. But the print size? A perfect match to Andrew's shoes. When questioned, he claimed he hadn't been in the study in weeks. But Elena wasn't convinced. As she examined the print again, she noticed something strange. A faint smear at the edge, barely visible, like the print wasn't stepped into the blood but pressed onto it. Deliberately. Asterisk asterisk, the shoe print was planted. Asterisk asterisk, someone wanted investigators to point at Andrew. Someone who knew his shoe size, his brand, his habits. Someone inside his circle. Someone capable of framing him without touching him. That night, Elena returned to the study alone, replaying every detail in her mind. The safe, the missing will, the encrypted USB, the planted print, and the note behind the frame. He knew, and now you know too. Charles knew something that could destroy someone, and the killer knew Elena was getting close. But he was being framed. Andrew, the assistant, or was the truth even uglier? As Elena swept her flashlight across the shelves, something glinted behind the books. A thin sliver of metal. She pulled the books aside, revealing a hidden compartment built into the wall. Inside it, dust-covered but intact, was a second USB drive, identical to the one stolen. Except this one wasn't taken, which meant the killer didn't know it existed. Elena connected it to her secure device, and her screen filled with encrypted folders. One folder stood out, Over B. Private Vivienne Beaumont. Whatever was inside this drive, Charles died for it. And as the files began to decrypt, a single video thumbnail appeared, captured only 3 weeks before the murder. In a place she shouldn't be, with someone she should never have met, doing something that explained everything. The panic, the fear, the betrayal. The moment Alina clicked play, her breath froze, and with that image burned into her mind, the truth of this murder shifted entirely. Nothing and no one were what they seemed. Detective Alina Marquez sat alone in the dim study, the glow of the screen reflecting off the broken glass and blood-stained carpet. What she was about to witness would unravel every lie told since the millionaire's body hit the floor. The footage opened inside a luxury hotel suite, one Charles Beaumont secretly owned under a shell corporation. There, in the grainy, audio-lit room, Vivienne Beaumont walked in first, but she wasn't alone. She was with Andrew Carlisle, Charles's business partner, lifelong friend, and the man whose shoe print had been planted at the murder scene. Vivienne moved closer to him, whispering something Alina couldn't hear. Andrew poured 2 drinks, locking the door behind them. Then the truth surfaced in a single, devastating detail. Vivienne handed Andrew a document, Charles's will, the same will that disappeared the night he died. In the video, Andrew flipped through the pages, nodding. A smirk crossed his face. Vivienne leaned in, speaking clearly enough for the microphone to capture it. Once it's done, everything splits between us. You'll never see it coming. Alina felt her stomach twist. The murder wasn't just betrayal. It was partnership, a partnership built on greed, resentment, and a promise to kill a man who trusted them both. The video continued. Vivienne revealed something even darker. Charles had begun investigating her. He discovered hidden accounts, secret meetings, and that Vivienne had slowly drained millions from his company without him noticing. But Charles's biggest mistake wasn't discovering it. It was confronting her, and Vivienne had panicked. She told Andrew the truth. If Charles exposed her, Andrew would fall with her. Fraud, embezzlement, tax crimes, all tied together. Their livelihoods, their social lives, their reputations, everything would collapse. Unless Charles disappeared. Alina closed the video and leaned back, numb. Now the inconsistencies made sense. Vivienne's unnatural calm. Andrew arriving before the police. The staged shoe print. The selective camo blackout. The safe emptied with surgical precision. They hadn't killed Charles in rage. They had killed him to save themselves. But something still bothered Alina. The note taped behind the picture frame. He knew. And now you know too. Who wrote it? It wasn't Vivienne. It wasn't Andrew. Because the handwriting was Charles's. He knew they were coming. That realization struck Alina like lightning. She pulled the picture frame closer, scanning every inch. Behind the paper was a faint indentation, as if Charles had written another note but removed it at the last second. Not removed, hidden. Alina tore the backing off the frame. Inside was a second, smaller note, written hurriedly with trembling hands. If they kill me, check the second USB. She will betray him too. Alina's pulse quickened. Vivienne wasn't just betraying Charles. She was planning to betray Andrew next. A double cross inside a murder plot. That meant Andrew didn't know about the hidden USB, which meant Vivienne must have planned to silence him too. Charles died trying to expose her. Andrew was next, unless Alina reached him first. By sunrise, officers surrounded Andrew Carlisle's property, a sleek waterfront home overlooking the cold Long Island coast. Andrew opened the door in confusion, still half asleep. He wasn't expecting them. He wasn't expecting a betrayal. He wasn't expecting justice. As Alina confronted him with the footage, she watched his face drain of color. He stuttered, insisting he wasn't involved in the murder. He claimed the video was taken out of context. He claimed Vivienne manipulated him, but Alina noticed something else. Fear. Not fear of arrest, fear of Vivienne. Because in the video's final seconds, footage Alina hadn't shown him yet, Vivienne told Andrew she had removed all evidence linking her to the fraud, and that once Charles was dead, Andrew would be the one blamed if anything went wrong. Andrew wasn't just a partner. He was a pawn. A pawn Vivienne was ready to sacrifice the moment the plan succeeded. And now she had everything prepared to pin the entire murder on him. Alina didn't need to push further. Andrew broke. Confession poured from him in a flood. Every detail of their conspiracy, every hidden meeting, every whisper of fear between them. But then he admitted something Alina didn't expect. Andrew didn't enter the study that night. He didn't strike the blows. He didn't destroy the cameras. He was waiting outside. Vivienne had insisted on being the one to end it. She wanted the power. She wanted the closure. She wanted to look Charles in the eyes as she took everything from him. And so she did. Finally, Alina drove to the Beaumont mansion. Vivienne was packing. How elegant. Ready to run. But she didn't get far. Officers swarmed the staircase. Vivienne froze, hands tightening on the suitcase handle, and Alina stepped forward, her voice steady and cold, revealing the one detail Vivienne never expected anyone to find. The hidden USB. Vivienne's expression finally cracked. Not in fear but in fury. Charles had beaten her. Even in death, he left the trail that would destroy her. The officers cuffed her, but she did resist. Because people like Vivienne don't fight physically, they fight psychologically. She stared at Alina and whispered, "You weren't supposed to find that." But Alina didn't answer. Truth doesn't need explanations. The trial was swift and merciless. Andrew testified against Vivienne. Vivienne tried to flip the story, but the evidence crushed her. The planted shoe print, the video, the financial records, the hidden note, piece by piece. The web of lies collapsed. In the end, Vivienne received life without parole. Andrew received 25 years. Justice, slow and cold, finally pierced the walls of wealth that once protected them. On the anniversary of Charles Beaumont's death, Alina returned to the mansion. The ocean wind pushed through the empty halls. The study remained untouched. A preserved crime scene, a memorial, a warning. She stood in front of the crooked picture frame. The sunlight hit it just right, forming a soft glow around it. Charles's last message still echoed in her mind. He knew. And now you know too. He had trusted that someone would uncover the truth. And someone did. The final shot of the story is a mansion no longer filled with secrets, and a killer who thought she could hide behind money, beauty, and lies now locked away forever. Because in the end, wealth can build walls, but truth breaks them.